Okay, doing some more QBReader toss-ups, and I have switched to fine art. And, I'm gonna get rid of dance, film, jazz, musical, and maybe photography and miscellaneous arts and auditory fine arts. So, there we go. Mitsuko Uchida once claimed that a section of the arietta from Beethoven's 32nd Piano Sonata resembled music in the style. Name the style characterized by blues chord above a repeated bass figure that is feature movement one from the piano piece excursions. This is probably completely wrong, but I'm gonna say bagatelle. Boogie Woogie in Beethoven. The Piano Police Excursions was written by this American composer and in opera Antony and Cleopatra, and substantially most successful opera Vanessa. Okay, let's go with, I'm just gonna guess Steve Reich, because I'm not familiar with that opera. Samuel Barber, the other one. Yep, Barber's most famous work is Adagio for Strings. And let's go next. The origins of this sculpture can be traced to its artist, the series of 30 Maestro sculptures. Name the sculpture. The United States Customs Service tried to enforce a tariff on a version of the sculpture. Kitchen utensils and hospital supplies. What do they want? Oh, is it that what's that called? The Smithson one. It's probably wrong, but yeah. Bird in Space. And then this Romanian artist, Constantine Brancusi. And then let's get person commissioned 3 versions of Bird in Space for an architectural aviary after the death of his wife. This person commissions Brancusi design the Temple of Love and Peace. Let's try Nikolai Kochescu. That's probably completely wrong. Okay. Who knew? Portrait by Raphael held by the Gallery Borghese represent the purity of a young woman with one of these animals over which Raphael initially painted a Catherine wheel. Name these animals a set of 6 tapestries whose entities represent the 5 senses, as well as a final entry featuring the phrase Amon sur désir. Depicts one of these animals alongside a lady of nobility. Okay, let's just guess dog. It was unicorn. Oh yeah. The 3 quarters profile and background landscape of Raphael's young woman with unicorn was allegedly inspired by this artist's portrait, Cecilia Gallerini holding Irvine, Leonardo da Vinci. And then this New York Museum's cloisters are home to the Hunted Unicorn, largest art museum in the U.S. Let's hope I don't pick the wrong one. Metropolitan Museum of Art. Yep. I've been there too. On 1st of April 2014, it was announced that CERN would be switching all of its official communication channels to exclusively use this typeface for 10 points each. Name this ubiquitous yet much reviled typeface designed in 1994 for Microsoft and Veneer as text for its overused amateur design. This is not the type of question that I hoped for. Oh, Comic Sans, of course it is. Sometimes criticized are irregular glyphs, which can result in inconsistent letter spacing. This typographical term describes the process of adjusting the space between individual pairs of letter forms in a font to increase the aesthetic appeal and or that's kerning, right? Isn't that kerning? Yep. The lowercase e in Comic Sans has a distinctive heavily slanted cross stroke, featuring a feature it shares with this category of typefaces into Renaissance manuscripts. That's italics, right? Humanistics, okay. A glass name for this artist was often used by connoisseurs for landscapes. For 10 points each, name this French landscapist who painted the Queen of Sheba being escorted off a balcony onto a boat. He showed a son of Aeneas provoking war, Latium, and Aeneas shooting the stag of Sylvia. Okay, yeah, French landscapist. Let's try Corot. Claude Lorraine. Claude Lorraine revisited Aeneas when he depicted him together with Dido looking upon the port of this classical city, Carthage. This other artist originally planned on being buried in a canvas of his Dido building Carthage. Carthaginians also made a cameo in this artist painting a menacing curving black cloud over an army. Menacing curving black cloud over an army. I think this is going to be completely wrong, but when I think of black cloud over an army, I think of Albrecht Altdorfer's Battle of Issus. It was J.M.W. Turner, of course it was. Yeah, alright. German poet Rainer Maria Rilke was often inspired by paintings. The fifth of Rilke's Duino Elegies was inspired by Pablo Picasso, working depicting a family of these itinerant circus performers in a desolate landscape. Is it clowns? Surely? Saltimbanques. Okay. The Rilke poem Sankt Sebastian bears an uncanny resemblance to a depiction of that namesake by saying this Italian painter better known Primavera, Birth of Venus, Sandro Botticelli. And then Rilke based his entire 1913 collection, Himmelfahrt Marie E, on this artist's Immaculate Conception while living abroad in Spain. This man also painted the opening of the fifth seal and the disorbing of Christ. So, living abroad in Spain, 1913. I can't. Who could that be? I can't think of it. Who was it? El Greco. I thought it was going to be an artist from around this time period. Okay. Name the sculptor of the man with the broken nails and the monument to Balzac. Those are the dying burghers of Calais, Rodin. The sculpture was Rodin depicting an athletic young man sparked controversy that had taken the cast from the living model. That's gonna be the thinker, right? Because it ain't the kiss, it ain't burghers of Calais. Oh, Wage of Bronze. Rodin Museum in the city cast many Rodin's works, like the Thinker, the Kiss. Yeah, it's it's Paris, right? Philadelphia. Oh my god. An anonymous. Okay. Portrait of pious donors in Northern Renaissance masterpieces. An anonymous Neanderthalish master known for this museum's adoration likely painted donor portraits with St. Anne to commemorate a birth in his presentation in the temple. This Madrid museum displays an awesome newness. It's gotta be Prado. I hope if it's Reina Sofia, I will cry. It is Prado, thank goodness. If the enclosed garden, this triptych's left panel contains the praying donors Peter Engelbrecht and Marguerite Screenmakers, whose surnames influence in its enunciation and workshop scenes. Robert Campen, that's the Marode altarpiece. We did that painting a lot in my Renaissance art class. It was like the big painting in that class, and I still have, I still remember like every detail of that painting. In the left panel, this artist Melun diptych, the donor Etienne Chevalier, prays next to his own patron Saint Stephen. This miniaturist illuminated Book of Hours for Chevalier at the court of Charles VII of France. So, this artist, so Charles VII, that was early 1400s, so surely that must be Jean Fouquet. Okay. Matthew Hayes argues that advances in this field in the 19th century Europe led to the modern discipline of art history. For 10 points each, name this field. The Baumgartner Studio has a popular YouTube channel dedicated to this field, which removes grime and fixes holes in paintings. I really should know this. What's the answer? Art restoration, of course. It's that obvious. Paintings made in this medium are particularly susceptible to fading due to light exposure. The color intensity of works made using this medium depends on the concentration of the pigment included in the wash. Is this gouache? Is this gouache? Oh, watercolors, for goodness sakes. So I got that one. The transfer technique for preserving oil paintings made on decaying wood panels was developed in the city. The plaster Paris casts taken from an archaeological site near the city are now on display at a national museum, also home to a secret cabinet of erotic art. Yeah, I'm not sure on this one. There's Naples. Okay. In the 14th of his discourses on art, this man discussed the excellencies and defects of his contemporary Thomas Gainsborough. Okay, yeah, so this is going to be Joshua Reynolds. And then Reynolds discourses popularized this term for an idealized sort of art exemplified by Raphael that goes beyond imitating nature and suggests it can be achieved using invention, composition, expression, even coloring and drapery. Imitating nature, is this going to be like naturalism or realism? Like, is this mannerism? I'll go with my first answer, naturalism. It was grand mannerism in a way. First discourse discusses the advantage of a royal example of this sort of institution, which, Royal Society. Royal Society, Royal Academy, whatever. Alright, answer some questions about 20th century German art movements. This expressionist movement was founded by Vasily Kandinsky and Franz Marc. That's, horse riding landscape. What's that called? It's like, not constructivism, or, not minimalism, like, I'll go with constructivism. Yeah. I thought Der Blow Rider, but I thought that was a different genre. I didn't think that Vasily Kandinsky was Der Blow Rider. This other German expressionist movement, Emil Nolde and Ernst Ludwig Kirchner, their work condemned at the 1937 Nazi degenerate art exhibit. That could be Orpism. And if it's constructivism this time, I'm not going to be... I don't think this one's constructivism, though. What? Oh, I'm trying to remember. There was... Yeah, that's not coming to me. Der Brook, the bridge. I was like, is it... I was like, it's not distill. It's like... I had a bridge picture in my head, and it was Die Brook. Yeah, I should have got that one. This German movement included many emancipated pagal figures in urban decay. Arson and Otto Dix, George Ross, and Max Beckmann. That's the Yeah, shoot. I can't think of what that is. New Objectivity, yeah, I knew that one time. A single drummer accompanies singers with a distinctive raspy sounds, recounted traditional stories in a genre from this peninsula known as Pansori. Named this peninsula where many consider the folk song Arirang an official national anthem. Well, well, it's Korea, right? And then popular post-colonial genre Korean music takes its name for this dance, with which it shares little else. A couple performs this dance after one of them, a former starlet, crashes in back in the third act of one opera. And this dance. Let's try. You know what? Let's try tango. I don't think it's right, but it's the best guess. Foxtrot. It was a NATO phonetic alphabet letter. It was the wrong NATO phonetic alphabet letter. Western classical music is also popular in South Korea, with soprano Sumi Jo gaining recognition for her work in this operatic style, employed by composers like Bellini. This style means beautiful singing in Italian, bel canto, which is also by Ezra Pound. Let's go with, 20 years after inventing this technology, its company began distributing Shirley cards that calibrated colors for it, leading to notoriously poor resultant photos of people with dark skin. For 10 points each, name this brand of color reversal film, whose manufacture was discontinued in 2009. I am just going to go with Kodak, because I don't think Kodak's still in business, so let's just go with that. Prompt and Kodak. Kodachrome. Yep. Kodak's 104 line of Instamatic cameras included cubes that produced this effect, providing better lighting for indoor photography, but causing red eye. What is that called? The photoelectric effect? No, that's Einstein. What am I thinking of? Like the, or what's that called? No, what's that called? Oh, Flash. Steve McCurry's Kodachrome photograph of Sharbat Gula called Afghan Girl, National Geographic. Oops, mistyped that. Okay, Islamic pottery from Al Andalus influenced the use of these two metals in glazes of Meolica and Faience. For 10 points each, and 2 answers required. Name these two metals found in the yellow of Old Masters, which was replaced by Naples of yellow in 18th century. Let's see, iron and copper, lead and tin. Oh well. Lead tin, yeah, I should have got that one because, like, tetrazine and all that. Yeah. Lead tin yellow appears in the palette held by this artist, Southward, and his masterpiece Las Meninas, Diego Velasquez. And then the use of light-sensitive chrome yellow in this series by different artists has caused many of them to start turning brown. The series, Artist Yellow House, that's going to be Van Gogh. Oh, this series. Oh, no. Read the effing question. Jacopo de Pontormo and Agnolo Bronzino were two artists from this movement whose most famous painter and his career disputed by the 1527 Second Rome. Name this post-Renaissance art movement that made heavy use of asymmetric and exaggerated form, exemplified by Parmigianino's Madonna with a long neck. That one's gonna be mannerism. And then Parmigianino also created a self-portrait in convex, one of these. Yep. And then this figure can be seen unfurling a scroll at the bottom right, Madonna with a long neck. Oh, yeah, it's Gabriel, I think, right? It's the angel, or is it a baby? Or, yeah, I think, or is it Jesus? Is it Jesus? It might be Jesus. St. Jerome. Ah. Okay. In 1401, the Florence Baptistry had held an open competition under the Commission of New Doors for 10 points each. And in this contest, the contest was won by this then unknown artist who went down to create these doors. That's going to be which Michelangelo domed the Gates of Paradise. It's going to be QBReader. Though he lost the contest, this inventor of 1 point perspective is perhaps better known due to his engineering the Dome of Florence Cathedral. Donato Bramante. Oh, Brunelleschi. Oh no. Ah. For the competition, Ghiberti and Brunelleschi were required to make panels showing the scene from the Old Testament to the board. Yeah, that's the Last Judgment, right? Is it the Last Judgment? Oh, Sacrifice of Isaac. Yeah. Okay. The historian Justin identified this king with the decadent Sardanapalus, but this is definitely wrong, as he wasn't actually the last king of his empire. Among other inconsistencies, for 10 points each, name the son of Esarhaddon, who names a famous library. Oh yeah, that's Ashurbanipal. If I can spell this correctly. And then Ashurbanipal was the last great king of this empire. His namesake in Dark Circle Nineveh. That's Sumerian. Oops, Assyrian. That's what I meant to say. Ashurbanipal carried out a brutal sack of this capital of the Elamite kingdom. Darius the Great later made the city the winter capital of the Persian Empire. This is going to be, yeah, Persepolis, for sure. Susa. Oh, man. Alright, Gaspar Ofhuis' account of this painter's mental breakdown. Okay, this is going to be Van Gogh. And then this Red Cloisters often show. Oh, inspired Domenico Giraldino's Adoration of the Shepherds. Red Cloisters, that's gonna, yeah, it's gonna be Fra Angelico, right? Piero della Francesca. Hugo van der Goes. Ah, man. The Portinari altarpiece was the first oil panel work in Florence, beating out Hans Memling's stolen painting of this scene. Daniel de Voltaire earned the nickname the second Brigatone for his work in painting this scene. I can picture that Memling work. Yeah, I think this was the Annunciation, I think. Now is the time for the Last Judgment. Oh no. Hugo van der Goes and Hans Memling were both considered part of the early Neanderthals from this Dutch-speaking region of Belgium, Flanders. Okay. William Sidney Malt's painting depicts the triumph of a person in this profession over a maize farmer. Identify this profession depicted in a group portrait by Matthew Pratt. An 1822 painting is titled For a Man with This Perfection, who pulls back a curtain to reveal a room full of taxidermed objects. Now, that's sad. Yeah, I hope. What do you think this? What do you think this could be? Like, I can't think of what it could be. Is it artist? Of course it is. The artist in this museum is painting by an early American artist with a surname. This artist fathered Raphael, an artist with this surname is kind of the first professional American still life painter. American still life painter. I can't think of any American still life painters. Although maybe yeah, I can't think of any, like, all of the still life painters I can think of are European. Oh, wait, could this be, oh, yeah, his father Raphael, that's gonna be Rembrandt Peale, right? Yes. Charles Wilson Peale created many, portraits of this historical figure, including one depicting him at Princeton Gilbert Street painting this man. That's gonna be, that's George Washington. Okay. The Russian artist Nikolai Gay created a shadowy depiction of the scene. Name this commonly painted religious scene which Jesus Christ and his apostles share a meal. Oh, come on, that's so easy. There we go. This other artist's Last Supper, is this going to be Paolo Veronese? Yeah, Venetian artist, that's definitely Paolo Veronese. Oh no, it was Tintoretto. Oh no, it's the one where the side where it's that view. I was thinking of the one in the outside balcony, and I thought of the wrong one. This artist in order to change the time of his version of the last term. This one is Veronese. There we go. Okay, Gustavus Adolphus was assassinated at a court ball in 1789, and while Scribe and Otter based a grand opera on the plot, it needed to be disguised in Austrian-dominated Italy for 10 points each. While the politics of the composer of Un ballo in Meschera are ambiguous, this slogan was associated with Risorgimento. It supported the ascension of the first king of the United Italy since 6th century. Okay, this slogan, it's not Fratelli d'Italia. No, I can't think of what that is. Viva Vittorio Emanuele. I was thinking it was something to do with Victor Emmanuel, but, I wasn't gonna come up with this. At Verdi's funeral, 28,000 people lining the streets sang this chorus from Nabucco. That's gotta be, now, Nessun Dorma was from Turandot. What's that called? Go Thought Wings and Gold. What is that called? This chorus from oh, shoot. I can't remember. Va Pensiero. Of course, Hebrew slaves, yep. I was thinking along those lines. I knew it was something to do with Hebrew slaves. Performance of Va Pensiero at Verdi's funeral was by this Italian conductors at Arturo Toscanini. Yep, NBC Philharmonic. Okay. Hong Kong headquarters of HSBC. Alright. The building was designed by this man, a British architect, for his restoration of Restog. That's Christo. Oh no, and his work on the Gherkin, that's Norman Foster. At the top of the HSBC Hong Kong, 2 cranes made to look like these implements were installed to aim at the nearby Bank of China and the Bernard Feng Shui. These implements, it ain't gonna be couched. I can't think of what it is. Cannons, that makes sense. 2 statues of these animals sit outside the building and are actually replicas apparent in HSBC Shanghai. 2 statues of these royal cats. It's gonna be, Patience and Fortitude lions. Jake Lions. Okay. This well-known painting by Caravaggio, Murder of Syrian General Hazard, the murder of a Syrian in the hands of a woman. It's not, what is it, Judith slaying Holofernes? I know that's Artemisia Gentileschi. What was yes, it's the head of, John, on the John the Baptist, slaying the John the Baptist. Or is it Judith slaying Holofernes? But I know that's Gentileschi. I think Caravaggio might have had that version too. Yeah. Judith slaying Holofernes. Yes. That's the same thing. Judith beheading Holofernes. Rembrandt von Rijn painted this noble work showing the body of Aris Kent on the table being inspected by the titular doctor and a group of students. That's Anatomy of Dr. Nicholas Tulp. And let's get Georges de la Tour depicted in a number of works in the same theme. The most famous show is the seated title figure turned away from us towards a mirror. We can see the candle in his flexion. I know that painting. Who's that guy in the I know it's the guy with the turban, the candle. He's wearing the red cloak. What? Who is that guy? That's a Saint. Oh my God, I can't remember who it is. Is it? Oh, Pensiat Maudlin. Yeah, like that's not. I guess that's not the painting that I was thinking of, because there was a man. And one object in this work, designed by its artist as an inclining funnel, was probably actually a large mast used for loading and unloading cargo. For 10 points each, name this work, which depicts a variety of men, women, and children on board lower class section of the SS Kaiser Wilhelm, a steamer traveling from New York to Bremen. Yeah, like, so, on board the lower class section of the SS Kaiser Wilhelm. Like, hmm. Like, yeah, it's not coming to me. What is it? The steerage, okay. Worked by this American photographer and his wife, Georgia O'Keeffe, Alfred Stieglitz. If I can spell his name correctly. Another of Stieglitz's most famous photographs depicts horses and snowplow carriages on this New York thoroughfare. It's going to be Central Park. Oh, Fifth Avenue. Oops. Gasper off here. So is this again? Yeah, this is the same. This is the same thing. So, yeah. For 27 for the Hirshhorn Museum, Mark Bradford, horizontal, colorful shredded paper to cyclorama of this conflict by Paul Filippo II. Name this conflict. Another artist was inspired by this cyclorama form to create installations of cutouts that highlight gruesome acts of violence perpetrated during this war. This just seems so ambiguous, but I'm just gonna go with, since these are French names, I might as well just go with French Revolution. Could be 100 Years of War, or it could be 100 Years War. That was the American Civil War. Oh, it was the Pickett's Charge. That was just too ambiguous for me. Cameron Walker's art fuses this cyclorama with this technique, which renders the profiles of figures a solid back cut out against a white background. Oh, yeah, solid black cut against a white background. Silhouette. A series of prints by Walker reinterpret a pictorial history of the Civil War created by this publication, which features illustrated front line of the Civil War by Wenzel Homer. Does want New Yorker, or they want Saturday Evening Post as Norman Rockwell. So, yeah, New Yorker. Harper's Weekly, of course it is. Okay. Artists learned how to manipulate this material from villagers in Toluca, Mexico, and used to create works with interior spheres. For 10 points each, identify this material. Used in many sculptures by Ruth Asala. The artist who is usually considered to have pioneered this material's use in sculpture uses it for high to acrobats in his namesake circus. Wood? Is it jade? Wire. Yeah, filigree. Okay. High 2 acrobats is part of the sculpture circus created by this sculpture pioneered wire sculptures. Marcel Duchamp coined the name for this sculpture's mobiles. Yeah, it's Alexander Calder. And then unidentified outsider artist known as this city's wireman abandoned many intricate wire sculptures in the early 1980s. This USA homes Rodin. Okay, Philadelphia. Not missing that this time. Okay. Erwin Panofsky argued that this artist resorted to an archaic rather than progressive perspective in early Netherlands painting. For 10 points each, name this Flemish artist best known for an altarpiece. Central point of the Annunciation. Yep, this is going to be Hans. Yeah, well, is this going to be... Well, there's a bunch. I mean, is this going to be Memling? Is this going to be Campen? Like, are they talking about the Maraude altarpiece? You know what? Yeah, I think they're going to talk about the Maraude. I think this is the Maraude altarpiece. So Robert Campen. Yep. Robert Campen's Maraude altarpiece in this physical form composed of three. This physical form composed of three panels, triptych. And then in early Netherlands painting, Erwin Panofsky also argued that this other painting was legal certificate of signature its artist was here. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Yeah, so, yeah, this artist was here. So it was, it's Arnold Feeney portrait because the artist is, in the, in the mirror. Yeah, and here, portrait of Master Bill. This artist depicted a seated Willem de Kooning in a red circle with his lamp missing half of his right arm for 10 points each. Name this Armenian American painter. That's going to be, what's the guy's name? Arshil Gorky. And then Gorky learned that in 1946 that his wife was having an affair with this Chilean abstract expressionist. Oh, inscapes that were reflects the artist's mind and psyche. I don't know his name. Roberto Mott. Okay. Gorky's portrait of a person with this relation to him depicts her seated next to him without hands. James was painting the woman with this relation mother. Okay. A partly carved monkey wraps itself around the legs of the sculpture's central figures, while the figure itself reaches his wristband, bearing left arm up behind his head for 10 points each. Identify this marble statue originally created along with its counterpart as part of the tomb of Pope Julius II. That's going to be, central to the rest here. Chest band. This is going to be, this marble statue. It's central for. Is David. Yeah. I mean, it's David, right? Yeah. Oh, Dying Slave, yeah. Viewing Michelangelo's Dying Slave helped inspire the creation of this other sculpture exhibition, of which at the 1877 Paris Salon sparked accusations that its sculptors cast a living model. So it could be David, but it could also be Pietà or what's that other one called? I'll go with David for this one. Yep, I pressed the wrong button. Okay, no, it was Rodin. It was kind of like viewing of I have ADHD. Like, when in the last video I said La Salle and De Soto, even though it said Spanish, and I have ADHD, and don't be surprised if I say a really stupid answer. So, yeah, it's because that I have ADHD and the full question did not process. The Angel of Bronze was sculpted by this lover Camille Claudel, whose Unfinished Gates of Hell. That's Rodin. Okay. Sinai's St. Catherine's Monastery houses the oldest artwork in which this epithet is applied. An encaustic image of Jesus with an asymmetrical face. Identify this Greek epithet applied to depictions of Jesus holding out his right hand in blessing gesture with his left hand holding on a book. Oh, that's School of Athens. You idiot. Jesus isn't in School of Athens, you idiot. Okay. Christ is often depicted as a Pantocrator in these devotional artworks venered by Orthodox Christians. These are these mosaics, right? Icons, of course it is. Oh my god, I should add that one. Duccio and this bullheaded painter of Santa Tria. So first a break away from this teacher of Giotto Cimabue. Okay, a church in the city known to the seamen as the Good Mother can be seen across the water in a pointless work by Paul Signac. Another painting shows a woman walking down a gangplank in the city, and below her, Poseidon trying 3 Nereids from the sea. Like, I want to say Athens, but I want to say Paris. Yeah, I'll go with Paris. It was Marseille. Pick the wrong one. That painting, Disembarkation at Marseille, was included in a 24 painting cycle that created for the Luxembourg Palace and dedicated to this figure. Jupiter and Hera watch on as a portrait of this figure is held up in a king, and another painting in this series. Jupiter and so they want this woman. Dedicated to this figure. I'm trying to think who that could be. It could be it could be Madame de Pompadour or no. Also in the early 20th century. This might be a stupid answer, but Pompadour. What was it? Mary de Medici. I was thinking, I should have thought of that one. Yeah, I probably would guess Lucretia Borgia was probably my second guess. This Flemish Baroque artist finds a painting plump nudes creating the Madame de. Okay, yeah, Flemish Baroque artist. Is this going to be Rubens or it could be Van Dyck? I'm going to say Rubens. Yep, it was Rubens. Okay. This painter has several metaphysical interiors, a bunch of bananas as work, Giorgio de Chirico. And then a girl rolls a hoop towards a shadowy figure in a de Chirico painting about the mystery and melancholy of one of these things. Gustave Caillebotte painted another one of these things in Paris on a rainy day. That's, it's... Isn't it I can see... I can envision both of these paintings, it's not top hat, it's a bowler. When I see the answer, I'm gonna be like, oh yes, of course. It was Street. I was like, it's a plain road, and I was like one of these things, and it was the entire street. Like, some of these, some questions are just so, they're so weird, and it really throws you off. A 1950 work by de Chirico depicts this city in its Ponte di Rialto. That's gonna be Venice. You know what, so. Okay, Sergei Rachmaninoff was one of this singer's mentors. Identified this Russian bastard Profundo Puccini as well as Mephistopheles by Gounod. And I'm not going to know this one. Okay, Chelyapin was particularly known for his performances as Boris Godunov in an opera by this composer. Wrote Nine Bald Mountain, that's Mussorgsky. And then Chelyapin also performed traditional Russian folk songs, most notably song about men with this profession by Emily Balakirev. So, men working this profession, I'm going to go with ballet dancers. You know what? I was thinking of the Boatman of the Volga, I was thinking that, but I was like, no, that's a painting by Ilyana Repin. I should have, I thought Boatman of the Volga, and I should have went with my gut. This architect built a namesake house that contains chrome stairs in Lincoln, Massachusetts, and collaborated with Adolph Meyer on an unselected design for the Chicago Tribune Tower for each one. Name this architect of the Vegas factory. Let's, since it's Chicago Tribune, I'm going to say Ludwig Mies. Vander Rohe, unless it's Louis Sullivan. Oh, it's Walter Gropius, and then, yep, it serves as first dean of the school, Bauhaus. And then Gropius works with this advocate of Syrian. This one is this one is Ludwig Mies van der Rohe. Okay, now is Peter Behrens. Whoops. Okay. This artist included a phallic rock on a wafer called the Moon Museum for Apollo 12. Named this artist who used photos of Buzz Aldrin and his brightly colored moon rocks and his silk screens. This artist other than Marilyn Diptyque, Andy Warhol. And then this artist contribution to the Moon Museum as a single line, used photos and lithographs of the space shuttle for his collage hot shot, and used found objects in painting combined such as bed and cannon. Or it could be Man Ray. Combines. I'm just gonna go with Man Ray. Manuel Rednitsky. Robert Rauschenberg, of course. This artist also used imagery from the space program, such as the launch tower depicting the waiting gate. This grandson of an illustrator and son of another artist that, yeah, possible portrait of JFK, yeah, grandson of an illustrator, and son of another art, yeah, it's N.C. Wyeth's grandson and Andrew Wyeth's son, but, yeah, it's gonna make me prompt on Wyeth, but it's gonna make me prompt on Wyeth, but I'll go with Andrew Wyeth. N.C. Wyeth. Yeah, I can't think of Jamie Wyeth. Okay. This author depicted the titular main peak, Mount Katahdin. There's Katahdin, glowing pink in the sunrise with the Canoe Lake in the foreground. This is gonna be Winslow Homer. Oh, Frederick Church. A warm light illuminates this church painting of a tumbling waterfall beneath stratovolcano in Ecuador. Titular stratovolcano. Is it Cotopaxi or Chimborazo? Let's go with Cotopaxi. Yep, it was Cotopaxi. Okay. Frederick Church was a member of this artistic group that included Albert Bierstadt. That's the Hudson River School. Okay, this man designed the structures like the Zentrum Paul Klee in the New York Times building. Name this Italian architect in the Shard, Renzo Piano. Piano designed an international airport on an artificial island in this country. Franklin Wright designed a hotel in this country, which was with sort of 7.9 magnitude earthquake. This is going to be the Haiti one. Is this the Haiti one? It is Japan. Okay. This architect of Hong Kong International Airport also designed Heathrow's new Terminal 2. He also designs Manhattan's Hearst Tower building located at 30 St. Mary Axe. That's Norman Foster. Okay. Okay, major governmental buildings. This Estonian-American architect is going to be, which Saarinen do we have? It's one of the Saarinens. Eero Orlius, or no, he's I thought he was Finnish, or I thought he was Estonian, or is he Estonian? Yeah, I'm gonna go, yeah, Eero Saarinen. Louis Kahn, yeah, I knew that one time. Mirrored inverted cone and spiraling steel ramps found inside the glass dome. Restored by this British architect. Oh my god. So Norman Foster is just appearing so many times. Oscar Niemeyer and Lucio Costa, Brazil, yeah. Let's go next. John Meade Howells and Raymond Hood drew inspiration from this building's Butter Tower when designing the Chicago Tribune building. Oh my god. Identify this cathedral being the tallest building in the world. Oh, interesting. Claude Monet, that's, that's Rouen Cathedral. I never knew that was actually the one that was once the tallest in the world. Interesting. This other French cathedral is said to contain the Veil of Virgin Mary. That's Fontainebleau. If I can spell it. I'm not going to spell that correctly. Oh, Chartres. Oh, no. An innovation of Gothic architecture was the use of this type of vault, which a framework of arches is constructed first before the masonry is laid on. The pointed arches of this type of vault redirect weight downward, reducing the need of buttressing. Like this type of vault, like it's not flying buttress, it's not. What is it? Ribbed. Okay. Alright. Scenic cricket grounds. Bowler's Run is in from Kelvin Grove. That's gonna be Glasgow, or this ground. What's the cricket ground in Glasgow? It's not Murrayfields. That's Edinburgh. Oh shoot. I can't remember. Well, I'm just, yeah. It might not even be Glasgow. It could even be Lords or the Oval. Or, what's that other one? I'll just say Lords. Newlands. I was in Cape Town. I was way off. Certainly the Hooley is overworked. Oh shoot, what's that called? I know it. Oh my god, what is that called? It's the Millennium or something like that. Oh god. I'm gonna know it when I see it. What is that called? What's that called? Eden Gardens. Oh no, that's not the Australia one. It's Calcutta. Again, I was in the wrong country. Green Gassonder stands hard by this grounds. Peter May stands for the West Indian grounds. Also for first FA Cup. I mean, yeah, passionate for West Indian crown. Yeah. Let's go with Lords. Could be the Oval. There was the Oval. I picked the wrong one. Oh well. In the Last Supper scene at the center of the altarpiece named for this town, an artist, is this going to be Isenheim? Named the center with a floppy hat. Nice the artist in your winged serpent section. It's going to be, I would say this is probably the Isenheim altarpiece by Matthias Grunwald. Wittenberg. Oh, that Porter March movie this sometimes. Yeah, Lucas Cranach. And then the Lutheran Church officially venerates Cranach the Elder and this other artist on April 6th. The artist, speaking of Ryle Cranach and Elder, do the center woodcuts. Yeah, Albert Durer. Okay. Let's go. This painter spent most of his career employed by the Dukes of Saxony. Name this painter best known for his many portraits. Oh my god, this again? Lucas Cranach again? Oh my god. The odds of having two Lucas Cranach bonuses in a row. Cranach created a famously unusual 1503 painting of the scene, integrating the turbulent landscape and placing Jesus in profile to the right. Said the focus of Mary looking up at the deceased Christ, Pietà. Oh, crucifixion. Yeah, I mean, that's close to that. Cranach's crucifixion belongs to this German art museum. Other 16th century, the Altdorfer's barrel. Now there's Altdorfer's barrel of Issus. And then El Greco's Assortment of Christ, or self-portrait fur color robe. Okay, what do we got? We have Pergamon, we have Neuss, we have, what's that other one called? I'm gonna go Pergamon, Neuss. Let's go Pergamon. Okay, yeah, I wasn't getting that one. Series of open doors leading to each other appears in the background of this artist's birthday, and a flying monkey appears in the foreground along with the self-portrait of the artist bearing the chest. Name this artist whose 2018 retrospective Tate Modern holds out, and that's very recent. I'm not gonna know this. This is way too recent. Tanning married this 1946. This 2018 painting. In 1946, he married this artist. Oh my god, that's what's actually Fortage and Grattage, which are demonstrating their works Ubu and Purdy and Elephant Celebs. Okay, what do you think? Let's try, Fortage and Grattage. Yeah, British artist. Let's try Richard Hamilton. That was Max Ernst. Oh, man. I was thinking of a British artist. Both Tanning and Ernst were members of this cultural movement. Andre Breton, surrealist. And let's go. I'm gonna do one more, or if I get the last one right. He was one of the first artists to use an airbrush in his paintings, such as Jazz, painting in 1916. Identify this artist who produced his namesake photographs by placing tacks and other items on photosensitive paper. This artist added F holes to the back. That one's Man Ray. And then Man Ray was a member of this movement. That's Dada. And then Man Ray admired this work by Duchamp. And then Unorthodox was in Dust and Lead Wire. This work hilarious was shattered prior to its installation in the Philadelphia. Yeah. Dust and Lead Wire. So, like, Dust and Lead Wire, like, I don't think, is this going to be Fountain or New Descending a Staircase or LHOOQ or Rouen by Colette or whatever that painting's called? I mean, like, hilarious picture. I mean, LHOOQ is hilarious. I mean, Urinal is also hilarious, but I can't. Dust and Lead Wire. What? Like, make the fountain out of dust and lead wire. Just doing a staircase. Man, it could be any of them. What the heck? Let's just go fountain. Okay, Bride Stripes Bear by her bachelors. Alright. You know what? I don't want to end on a loss. Let's do another one. This artist showed Christ in a red lozenge shape inside a black oval, inside red quadrilateral and Savior and Glory. One of this artist's paintings from the iconostasis of Domitian Cathedral in Vladimir. Named this preeminent Russian icon during the turn of the 15th century. That was Andrei Rublev. And then Andrei Rublev's most famous icon described in the Trinity as the three angels who visited this biblical patriarch whose nobly didn't call his son Isaac. That's Abraham. And a number of Rublev's depiction of early life of Jesus are held in this Moscow cathedral. It also has a Theotokos by Rubens. Let's go. I mean, it's gotta be St. Basil's. What else could it be? Better be St. Basil's. Okay, yeah. Like, who knew? Well, anyway, I think that's gonna wrap it up. So, that's it for now.